Hi, I'm Ryan of MidNite Solar. Now we're going to navigate the charge menu of the classic charge controller. To do this, we go to the main menu button. We push the main menu button repeatedly till we get to the beginning of the main menu. I do want to note that if you have older firmware, you may have Wizard here. We'll skip the Wizard in this video because it is no longer in the classics. For any help on that, please consult the manual or tech support. We'll make sure we have charge highlighted. We'll press enter. In the charge menu, we'll start out, we have volts. Press enter. This is where we set the equalize voltage, the absorb voltage, sometimes referred to as bulk, and the float voltage. These are all values that are given to you by your battery manufacturer. Please consult your battery manufacturer. By default, the classic will pick a very low number because we would rather undercharge than overcharge. So you do need to consult your battery manufacturer. Simply scroll to the one you want to change, use the up and down arrows to change it. When you're done, press enter to save it. In the menu structure of the classic, the main menu button backs you up. So we use the main menu button back up, go to charge time. Charge time allows you to set the absorb time, and it allows you to set the equalize time. It also allows you to look at the view of the timers and see where they're at right now. As you can see, we have not reached absorb yet, so the timer has not started. We'll press the main menu button to back up again. T-comp. This is where you set up your temperature compensation parameters, your voltage, -5 volts, millivolts per degree C per cell. Boy, that's a mouthful. Default is -5. Again, this is a battery manufacturer specific item. Please consult your battery manufacturer. Determine the value your battery manufacturer wants you to program. Set that correctly. EQ compensated, yes or no. Scroll over, you can tell it whether you want the equalize compensated, yes or no. Again, this is specific to your system. If there's by default it's no. You may want it on, but generally it's left off because the equalized voltage is so high already. We don't want to compensate it higher. View. This will show you the voltage the classic is actually targeting. When it is compensating for warm or cold batteries, this voltage will change. There go the inverter fans. Press the main menu button. Press the main menu button again. We'll go down to limits. Here we have the output current limit. A little hard to see, small numbers. You can change that up or down. Input current limit by default is 99 amps. In most cases you will not want to touch that value. That value was put in there for some hydropower guys and some fuel cell guys who want to limit current based on input, not output. Minimum and maximum temperature compensated voltage. This allows you to tell the classic the absolute window that it can compensate the voltage to, no matter how cold the batteries get. If they get to -40 degrees Fahrenheit, it absolutely has to stop at 52.8. End of discussion. Parameters are set just in any menu. Anytime you set the parameters, press enter to save that value. I won't show you that here. It's the same in every structure. We'll press the main menu button to back up. We'll go to end amps. Here we have ending amps and REBULK. Ending amps basically allows you to program a amperage value, current leaving the classic. That is the value that the classic will go to float at. This is a little bit of an interesting number because it's the current leaving the classic. What the classic has no idea of is what my inverters behind me are doing, running the camera crew's lighting right now. So if I had that set, it would be kind of an inaccurate number. This needs a battery meter to really be accurate. REBULK, just like it says, that's a value we can program by default. It's kind of defeated at 8 volts. You could turn that value up if you had a hydro or a wind turbine and you wanted to set it to drop back out of float at a certain point and start a new bulk cycle. This is where you would pick that value, where you would start the new bulk cycle. I won't spend a lot of time on these. These are all covered in the manual. For really detailed instructions on these, please see the manual. Main menu, EQ. This is where you would go to do an equalization charge or set up auto equalization. We'll go in here, EQ stopped, use the up arrow, EQ started, there's a manual equalization. EQ stopped again, we just turned EQ off. Auto EQ, this is set for manual. we turn the number up. This is the days between equalization charges. This number over here is the days it will try to equalize. So if it does not accomplish it on the first day, it will try again, it'll try again, it'll try again, depending on the programming we have there. When it reaches the limit of that, it will drop out and go back to its original charging algorithm. We have a view button where we can see the interval until the, counting up to the next charge stage. In this case, we just set it, so there are no values there. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back off. Press enter. And I am going to exit out of the charge menu. That concludes the charge menu in the classic charge controller. Please tune in for the mode menu coming up next. This is Ryan.